Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of School Police Talk. We have some great guests here. We have the chief who is back and he wants to enlighten us about a lot of different things. And sir, please tell us your name and what it is that you do for the Clark County School District. Please.
Yeah, I'm Lieutenant Steve Hewitt. Right now I'm one of our administrative lieutenants, and I supervise 3 of our administrative bureaus. That's our training bureau, our technical services bureau, and our diversion and wellness bureau for the department. And then I also, on top of that day-to-day supervision, I also lead our breach and rescue team, which heavily focuses on active assailant training and preparation and making sure that our officers are trained and prepared on current trends and our response to any active assailants in our schools and our whole valley.
Very impressive. We have serious problems. We have people that drive impaired, people that are doing wrong way driving, you know, people that are doing all these type of activities. And so we need to ensure that people at a young age know these things, right? And so just in what you do, and we only have a couple minutes left, but I just want to stress the fact that, like, we hope we never use your services. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world would be great if we never used your service, yeah. Right? But that comes from the children who are learning these things, who maybe will go home and talk to the parents and all of these things. So when they're walking by you in the morning, they're just able to wave. You know what I mean? And so it's very, very important. So give me some final thoughts before we end.
The topic of lead, and Sergeant Wabo does a great job with that program with, you know, a couple of the members of our command staff. And I think the program speaks directly to our motto, prevention before apprehension. So that's on our patrol cars, and, you know, prevention before apprehension is just what it is. We try to prevent before we have to apprehend based on actions that people commit. And if we're getting to them in middle school and kind of training and educating these students, preventing potential crimes later, then we or our partner agencies might not have to apprehend them, because that's a reality of what could happen if you commit crimes, right? And they learn that. So when they learn these coping mechanisms and how to communicate and how to deal with the dangers of drugs and violence and stay away from that stuff, really we're preventing before a potential apprehension. Yeah. And I think that speaks to our motto and the program that they run, and it's just a good thing. So not only am I in charge of you know, training officers on a medium-sized agency, our department is also deep into training our students and how to behave and how to watch for dangers of drugs and violence and all that stuff. So a lot of training.
A lot of
even for our students.
And it was amazing. He showed me pictures very quickly, but he showed me pictures, right? And he says, this is what your brain looks like, and this is what your brain looks like when it has alcohol, right? This is what your brain looks like. This is what your brain looks like on marijuana, right? And then the third thing he showed me is the goal for the goals, you know, that people have to set. And it was like, these are really positive things. Mm-hmm. And if we can get more people that are doing these positive things, then we're really setting people up for success later on in their life, right. Which is what we're here for. You know what I mean? Chief, final thoughts?
Thank you for having us come on to share what's going on in the district and with our department, and programs like LEAD. I know you help support that, and I think it's important to, you know, because we don't often get a chance to talk about our department in a positive light and what we're doing. It seems like we're just responding to some type of tragedy or some incident that occurred. And every single member of the department cares deeply about this community, about the kids in the schools, our staff, and they'll do anything to help them. And I think that's what's going to come out of this. And systems like the LEAD program, our social workers, just a lot of the things that we do that traditional police agencies don't, I think it needs to be known. And we haven't done a good job over the past, I think, 35 years in doing that. And thank you for giving us this opportunity to start that.
I thank you for coming in.
Yep, thanks
I thank you for coming in. You know what I mean?
No, thank you, Lee.
All right, so now we're going to look at this camera and we're going to wave goodbye. All right, we'll see you later.